Welcome to our channel. In the last two sessions, we discussed decimal arithmetic operations, addition and subtraction. Now, in this session, we are moving to multiplication and division algorithm on decimal numbers. Now, first thing, we are going to multiplication. What is the main difference between binary multiplication and decimal multiplication? The working procedure is same, but the difference is in the binary multiplication, the bits are either 0 or 1. Suppose if the multiplier bit is 0, then multiplicand is not at all added to the partial product. Suppose if the multiplier value is equal to 1, the multiplicand is added only one time to the partial product. But coming to decimal numbers, we have these digits from 0 to 9. For example, if the multiplier digit is equal to 9, then we are adding the multiplicand 9 times to the partial product. Suppose if the multiplier bit is some 5, we are adding the multiplicand 5 times to the partial product. Suppose if the multiplier bit is digit is d, we are adding multiplicand to the partial product d times. Got it? Here only 0 or 1, that is the reason either nothing or one time added. But here added depending upon the number of digits. Now we will discuss how the operation is performed. It is similar to binary operation. Now first I am doing the multiplication. Assume my multiplicand is in register B and multiplier is some register Q. As usual, the procedure I used for binary, the same procedure I am using. Now, what is the first step? You need to calculate the sign. So, assume BS is the sign of the multiplicand, QS is the sign of the multiplier, and my result is stored in A. Assume my result is stored in A, in the sense it is stored in AQ. Now you need to find out the sign of the result. So simply the sign depends AS is equal to QS plus BX. AS is equal to QS XOR operation with BS, and sequence counter SC is equal to some N. N specifies the number of bits of the multiplier. Already we done the same thing for the multiplication in binary. Now what is the next step? The next step is you need to check the last digit of the multiplier. Assume the last digit I assumed as QL. In the binary, if the QL value is equal to 0, if the QL value is equal to 0, what we are doing? Simply we are performing shift left operation. Shift left operation on the result AQ, but here this is the decimal number. So decimal shift left operation on AQ. After that, sequence counter value is decremented by 1. Please go through the binary multiplication. Here we are doing the same thing. Suppose if the value is not equal to 0, if the value is not equal to 0, generally what we are doing? So A is equal to A plus B, right? That means A is my partial answer. For that we are adding the multiplicand. If it is a binary, this is sufficient. But it is a decimal. How many number of times you need to add? Suppose if QL value is equal to 9, this addition is performed 9 times. This addition is performed 9 times. Each and every time I am decrementing the value of QL by 1. I am decrementing the value of QL by 1. After that, move here. You got it? The loop is repeated. Whenever the value is equal to 0, that means my complete multiplicand is added to the partial product. And so do the same procedure. Shift left operation on the Q, decrement SC value by 1. Suppose after decrement, if SC value is not equal to 0, means some more bits are available in the multiplier, then what you need to do? Repeat the entire process. Suppose if SC value is equal to 0, that is all the bits of the multiplier are completed, then simply stop. So my result is placed here. Where is my result? My result is placed in the register AQ. This is the multiplication algorithm. Whatever we done for the binary, the same procedure is done for the decimal. This is the add-on step. Instead of adding only one time, we are adding d digits. That is a d number of times. Now we are moving to division. How the division operation is performed. Now we are moving to division operation. So the division operation works also in similar to binary operation. Initially the dividend is stored in register AQ, divisor is stored in register B. First we are checking overflow, that is whether the division is possible or not. Suppose if the division is possible, move to the next step. The next step is we are taking the sign of the quotient. So the sign of the quotient is depends on both dividend and divisor. So we are taking the sign SC. How many number of times you are going to perform division operation? So the number of bits of the divisor. BE, it is a value which is used to form the ninth complement. Initially the value is equal to 0. What is the first step? The first step is we are performing shift left operation on AQ. Here it is the decimal number. So first to perform decimal shift left operation on the register AQ. Now this is AQ. The first thing is you need to perform division operation, that is subtract the divisor from the dividend. Subtract the divisor from the dividend. See, a plus b bar plus 1. Here this is subtraction, that is the tens complement of b. After subtraction we are checking the e value. This is connection. After subtraction we are checking the e value. Suppose e value is equal to 0 in the sense the dividend is smaller than divisor. That is, for example, a value is equal to 5. Here the value is equal to 9. Now is it possible to divide? No. In this case, e value is equal to 0. That is a less than b. Now what you need to do? Here I am doing subtraction. I lost the value, but the division is not at all possible. So here we are doing restore operation. Here I am subtracting b. Here I am adding b. Then what happened? I am getting the original a value. Clear? If the divisor is greater than dividend, or if the dividend is smaller than divisor, the division is not possible. Restore the previous value, decrement the sequence counter by 1 and check the sequence counter. If the sequence counter is equal to 0, stop the process. And the Q contains the quotient, A contains the remainder. Suppose if the sequence counter value is not equal to 0, not equal to 0 in the sense the divisor contain one more bit, the process is repeated. Now coming to the original case, assume if the dividend value is greater than or equal to divisor, then what happened? Division is possible. That means we are subtracting the divisor from the dividend. See this one? We are subtracting the divisor from the dividend. Fine. What is this additional case? In case of binary, the bits are 0 and 1. We are subtracting only one time. But here it is a division and it is a decimal. Suppose if my digit is 5, that means I am doing the subtraction operation 5 times. If the digit is 6, I am doing the subtraction operation 6 times. So that is the reason. Before doing the subtraction, initially I am taking one variable QL. Initial value is equal to 0. Now, while for the first subtraction, QL is incremented by 1, do the subtraction. And after subtraction, again check if the division is possible. Now, incremented by 1, 2, subtract 3, 4, 5. So, 5 times the subtraction. In any case, if the subtraction is not at all possible, that is the dividend is less than divisor, restore to previous value. In any case, if it is fails, restore to previous value. If it not fails, continue the process. This is the division algorithm. Everything is same to the binary, but the additional thing is instead of one subtraction, you are using different digit is named d times subtraction. Clear? So these are decimal arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Thank you.